Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 14, Day 4. It is a brown day and I'm also starting to run out of titles to actually name these things. Gonna start making some of the most random titles ever probably for these. But it's another brown day. After 14 weeks of it, it's 13 different weeks of doing different titles. Can only go so far. Anyways, you know, standard brown day. We're actually not in top 5 at the moment, or top 2, I mean. Our battle will bring us there, but it's a close race. I'm actually surprised. I believe it's mainly because we have 2 people doing nothing. Once they get on, hopefully, that would end up breaking a tie and get us back into first. But until then, we're just going to be, like, just right on the border of getting second. Very, very close. Are we actually up against them? That'd be a nice battle. I believe we're up against Power Gems. Let's see, are we up against Solophobia eventually? No, only Power Gems tomorrow. That would be the real deciding battle of the entire week, will be what happens on Yellow Day. Because they're the current #1 of this bracket, so they're going to be the hardest person to actually win against. So far, we're straight win streak in bracket #2. Obviously, this is why we're in bracket #1. We're consistently over 180 each day. It's kind of just a cakewalk at the moment, luckily, because we're so used to being in bracket 1. So it's kind of a nice break for once, I gotta say. We're seeing some teams that we normally don't see within Guild Wars, and it's really nice for a change, other than having to face like Scion, Famine, Death, all that kind of combo over and over and over and over again. Like this, I've never seen that in Guild Wars. This is the first time I've ever seen that team in Guild Wars. Kind of interesting. I see what he's going with. He's going for the super quick wisp. Not quite sure what the blue, not quite sure what purple-blue banner's for though, because you already have +3 purple off your wisp. The extra +1 isn't really doing anything. Anyways, it is a brown day, so let me go and oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let me go and I didn't even realize you could switch him on that screen. Interesting. Let me go switch over to my brown day team if I can find it. There it is. The Gorgotha. Emperor Corvash, King Highforge I ended up going with last time. We tried it and it did work okay. Of course, it did have 20% bonus last week, though I'm still perfectly fine with using it with less bonus, because it works with the combo of Famine into a Highforge for a kill. He also works as a summoner, which will do us good. So I'll keep him, He also starts with half mana for himself. He doesn't give anything else half mana, though, is the only problem. Does that cover every color? 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. What are we missing? Purple, which we have the minus on. There's a +2 brown, +1 blue. I think I can work with this. As long as we're not up against the Scion, I think we'll be fine. Even then, we can just Corvash it or something. So, in we go. Double check one last time. That's a brown day. I always get so paranoid that it isn't, but I know it always is. But I have to check like 1.5 billion times just to make sure, because you never know. Anyways, let's get into it. Kill the Christinex, get the wisps down. There is a world where those wisps will kill us, so it is very unlikely, and as long as it doesn't kill Highforge, we're fine. Anyways, let's get into it. Also, hello everyone! Hello, Henny, hello Strawn, hello Sideways Stare, hello Patrick, hello Vampire, hello ODX, hello Bridget, hello Gary, hello Headless, hello, that's everyone. Welcome everyone. You need more Lava Arcane so you can finish trading Highforge? Yeah. For some reason, it has been upwards of 7 months since a brown-red trade stone, and we're not getting it within the next couple months. It's really weird. I don't know why they haven't done brown-red for such a long time. If I'm not mistaken, it's my lowest gem right now, my arcanes. Out of every arcane I have, nothing is lower than my amount of arcane mountains right now. I don't know why. They just haven't done a brown-red for a very, very long time. Nor are they for the next couple months. The crafting system that will allow you to craft it will be here prior to them finally doing another event. So at this point, you might as well just craft it once it gets here. Hopefully it's not too expensive to have to do that. We don't know exactly how quick or slow that's going to be, but we'll find out in time. Oh, interesting, because I was going to target this one. I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but I forgot, because one's stunned, I can't target all of them. That's kind of weird. Anyways, I wanted to hit one of these back too, so I guess it doesn't matter that way. If we would have stunned that one, it would have mattered. But, well, I guess we could have just Gorgotha. But, here we go. Actually, Gorgotha. It actually would have been better if we could have hit that one, because then we could have Gorgotha to kill it and then done the Highforge. Oh, well. Regardless, it won't really matter. This battle isn't even going to be remotely close. Skull, as much as I don't want to... it'll waste a turn if I take it. I don't want him hitting us, but it's only against Granite Skin, I guess. So that's match. Anyone else having connection issues related to the game tonight? I didn't earlier, nor do I at the moment, apparently. I don't know if anyone else is, though. Everything seems to be fine, though. It worked fine earlier, worked fine today, or right now. Actually, surprisingly, it's been pretty good about server issues, or, you know, there haven't been any, from what I've seen, at least recently. And even that one bug that sometimes occurs when you do a battle, I haven't seen that for a couple weeks now as well. I think 2 weeks? Or no, never mind. I think it happened on the day the Mythic came out, so 1 week, never mind. That's not a pretty good streak. It's never happened to me during Guild Wars, though. I don't even think it can happen during Guild Wars, because I'm pretty sure they have more checks and balances in there to make sure it doesn't happen. Also, another interesting team I've never seen before. It has way too high of a mana cost. It looks like he's using it for PvP, and he just accidentally set it as his defense. Always make sure you double check what your defense are every single week, because some people do accidentally set it as... it defaults to whatever your current defend is at the beginning of the week. So occasionally, it might end up defaulting it into the team you're using to invade with. Always double check to see what you're doing for those. Also, as of next patch, you're going to have to set unique teams as well. You're going to need to use 24 unique troops. That's currently not in effect, but it will be in the near future. Probably after next patch. There'll be a big announcement, everything, likely beforehand. And of course, I'll mention it like a billion times once it actually does happen. Anyways, into the battle. Only issue that could really happen here is if we don't get Corvash and he somehow gets a Draculus off. Which could happen, though we already reduced magic. It just started, and we already got a 3 magic reduction. That's going to help a lot, because if he does end up getting the Draculus off, we'll be able to make sure it's not as punishing as it would have been. We need blue right now. I do not see any, so we'll just take some brown, go from there. If we had a drop, I would take it. Red is kind of irrelevant. Blue is mainly what we need. And skull... How do I feel about taking a skull? Probably don't need it. But in the same way, I don't want him taking it. But in the same way, I don't want him taking the red either. Oh, we'll just take it, yeah, I guess. I don't really need to cast High Forge now, though. We'll take the purple into the brown into the skull. And another skull. So many skulls. I don't need it, though. What I need is the blue surge. Good. And now we win. Essentially, we just won at this point. What do we do from here, though? Do we give him a skull? Yes, because I need the mana really badly. Corvash, I'm going to hold for a turn, because he's probably going to take his mana this turn. Exactly. We'll take the skull. He'll take mana again. And then, no. Thank you, skull. That was very close to being really bad. That would have been horrible if he would have gotten that off. We'll go throw the Corvash at him. No. He got close. He was thinking about it. He was definitely thinking about it. I have to give him some brown. And, oh, too much mana. Oh, were those purples just sitting there? They had to have been. Fail. Accidentally gave him a cast. And we didn't get the extra turn there either, so he gets huge damage. No. I do have a summon, but don't make me have to use it. Okay, we'll move that up. And famine? No. Yes. No. Undecided. Actually, no. We're not going to throw the famine. Let's kill the falconer. I don't want him having to summon. It also makes it easier to drain both of them since they have a ridiculously high mana cost. High Forge. Drain. Corvash dead. Come on, skull. Not what I meant. Didn't get any. We'll just throw Corvash. And there we go. Let's see. What is that document right there? Let's see. I missed some chat. Corvash and High Forge. You got all the stun you need. I know. We got way more than enough stun. Probably too much stun. Hello, Midnight something. Hello, welcome. Could someone please post a link to the site that shows the events? Oh yeah, Henny just posted it. Yeah, anyone who sees that link, go and definitely go to it. Has a lot of the... I still need to do a video on that. I probably should. I've done it in the past, but I haven't done one recently. And I can go over all the updates that happened to the other website as well. I meant to do that on Thursday, but didn't end up getting around to it. Definitely need to do it really soon, probably this Sunday. Hello, Jiffy Jumbo. Welcome. Welcome. You honestly dislike brown days? You feel like the game just goes, no Strawn, you can't have any perfect days on brown days. That used to be me on purple days for a very, very long time, but I ended up bucking the trend eventually. But, yeah, I used to have that same issue with with the purple day. Oh, here we go. There's the meta. Scion, Ragnargord, Famine, Death. So we did end up getting to see it then. I think this is the first time all week we got to see it. Maybe something very similar to it already. I don't know. But yeah, here's basically the strongest team you can possibly set on defend team. If you can beat this, you can, at least in Guild Wars, if you can beat this, you can theoretically beat anything. Because this is about as hard as it really gets, for the most part. Devour teams can sometimes be harder, but most Devour teams aren't really that good now that Cabarrus and stuff got nerfed. And no one runs Great Maul Devour team. That just doesn't really work out. Anyways, let's get into it. What we need to have happen here is core Vash as quickly as possible. And yeah, just hope we get lucky. Oh, we got that up. Not really what I need, though. I don't have any mana yet, so I can leave the skull there if I take any mana that isn't yellow or brown. The only problem with that is if I take this blue, it'll trigger the yellow, and it will leave the skull there. I could try for the skull off the top, maybe. Oh, I didn't even see that other skull. Whoops. Wait. Oh! Wait. What? Oh, the one extra turn we got. I didn't even notice that. The one extra turn we got landed on Scion. Well, that's convenient. And it saved our 6 mana. Wow, that was super convenient. I didn't even notice that. Perfect. That was super, super convenient. No, that works. We pretty much won at this point. It's still not over. Once we get Famine up, it's over, though. Is it over? Yeah, it's over. We won. Unless he somehow does a ridiculous cascade right now off of Ragnagord. Nope, he doesn't even cast it because he got skull distracted. And yeah, that's pretty much match. We'll throw down that. We'll throw down the... Do we hit it yet? No, we wait a turn. Does it even matter? Yeah, it does matter. We'll throw that down first. And then we core Vash. And the reason I did it in that order was there was a chance that Ragnagord in between those 2 turns would have taken mana. And if it did, I didn't even notice if it did, but if it did, it would have lost all the mana that I accumulated. If I did it in reverse order, it would have gotten 1 free turn of mana. That's why I did it inverse. What do we do? Core Vash? Yeah, that's enough to kill. And then we just take any mana to get him up, probably a red or something. And that's pretty much match. Oh no, that won't be match. It'll be slightly short. So we need another core Vash then. Is what we need. Or Famine. Famine works too. Or core Vash, that works too. That was the original one I wanted. We'll get all of them. Is there anything better than... I haven't even been looking at how many points we're getting today. I've kind of just stopped even bothering to track it these days. We kind of already know what we're going to get as far as our final score. It's going to be like 7,000 through 7,300 or so. Is there anything better than a few guild keys that you can gift your team with, or is that all? Unfortunately, the current highest you can possibly do to gift your guild mates is the key thing. Yes, the things that are underneath here. I don't know if they'll ever add a better one in the future. I think they're a little bit afraid of adding anything too good, because if they did, that could be pretty broken. If someone has a big wallet, if like an entire guild has a pretty big wallet, they could probably break the whole guild system by just giving everyone just buying into it. But yeah, this is currently the only thing that you can possibly like gift to your guild. They might eventually add additional features in the future, but as this current moment in time, this is the only possible way to give people in your guild a any kind of anything, really, other than completing tasks, of course. That would be the other gift. If you just actually complete tasks, would, of course, help out a lot. But those are the only 2 things that you can really do. Anything else, you can't, like, trade cards. You can't do other means of gifting. You can't just give them resources and stuff. But, yeah, those are only 2. Contributing to gold to the guild and doing the those things, the little guild seal things. Interesting, we're up against the other kind of meta team, the Core Vash Valkyrie Justice Queen Mab. It's quite a bit worse on this platform, but can still go crazy. It's mainly just horrible on console. On console, this is just a nightmare. A nightmare and a half. Okay, Pure Brown. We might as well just throw this again. There isn't much we can really do to play around it, other than stun it really quick. The only thing that would really help with is make sure we don't get stunned and we don't get frozen. So we'll roll with that, keep it as is, and hope we don't get completely trolled by bad luck. Okay, I cannot take that red. It will not result in an extra turn because that blue is there. If that blue wasn't there, that'd be an amazing move. I guess we go for the blue into the purple skull. We don't actually use the purple, but it removes more stuff. Besides, we need blue anyways. That's... Oh! Where did that extra turn come from? He did not freeze us on in mana that we're taking right now, though. So I guess it's fine. We get another stun off. We'll let him take the skull. I'll take the blue. And we'll go from there. I need to remove as many blues, not only to get it for myself, but I need to make sure Valkyrie doesn't hit. He could go for purple and land it. There is not a single thing I can do about that, though. So I'm just going to take a brown. Hey, it did not cast for whatever reason. I believe I'll take the yellow just in case, because that will make one less color that it can extra turn off of. I believe the only color it can possibly extra turn off of is purple. Yeah, so let's move that over. Oh, sweet, an extra turn. I'll take it. Oh, famine. Ooh, that's a bit of a waste of a famine. But it would be the safe way to make sure Valkyrie doesn't get anything off. Actually, I am so annoyed with Valkyrie right now. I might just famine it. Just to be safe, because this will give it full mana. So now we're good to go. I don't need to worry about Corvash. Shouldn't need to worry about Valkyrie unless it gets some kind of insane cascade that gives it red or yellow. So pretty safe right now. I'll just get some more red for stuns and stuff. He'll take that. And yeah, he'll just take another skull next turn, which will do basically nothing. We do have Corvash. Don't really need to use it at the moment. Almost feel like just taking the brown so we have Gorgoltha for the next turn. And he'll take the skull. And again, he'll have basically nothing to do, so we'll just pass our turn by doing that. That also makes sure it can't freeze us anymore. I almost just want to leave those purples on the board, because the more turns I take, the less points we get. Same as a screen, but at least I guess it goes to famine. We'll Corvash that, and then just Gorgoltha again. Hopefully get a bunch of blue, a little bit more, but we did get famine, so that'll be fine. As long as he doesn't cast his turn, and he doesn't. Actually, even if he did, that wouldn't be too big a deal. And then we can just get... what's his name up again? Corvash. And no. Take your skull. Take her. Stop getting so much mana. Take the skull. There we go. And I guess we throw famine into Corvash into high. Yeah. Famine, basically from bottom to top is how we're going to cast these. I'll do famine first because we get the boost ratio. Even though this would probably be a pretty good move, like seeing that the first two troops are both within drain range. The reason I'm not going for Corvash here is they're going to die anyways if we end up casting Corvash. The true damage is going to kill them, so there's no point in casting it now. We're better off on using the boost ratio for the famine, because if we kill it with Corvash now, we will not get the extra damage. We'd actually do 10, 15, we'd actually do 50 less damage, because they have 25 mana right there, and 2 times boost ratio, so 50 damage. So yeah, we do a lot less damage if we do it in the reverse order. So right here, let me see, 50, 52, and what is that then? 83. Is that enough? No, it is not. So we'll have to do this on Queen Mab. So we'll do that. Oh, he actually got a kill. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. We have, what's his name? You know what? Let's actually do the High Forge next. We'll do that. Actually, that's the original order I said I was doing it in anyways. Move that over. Corvash. And then we just have to take a Skull Poke. No point in taking it now because it won't hit Justice. Now it will. And that's match. There we go. And we got the summon in to replace out our Def. Let's see, I'm kind of curious. 1519 on this battle. What did that one specifically come out to? I think that's a little low. Would make sense if it is a little low. Let me see. 1516, I think it was, I just said. 1516, 1516. 1516 times 1516. We end up scoring 1,389. Yeah, that battle was a little bit lower. You love watching the AI combo off or get a bunch of extra turns. It's like a car crash that you just can't look away from. That's a good way of describing it. Now, you just make your lower level guildmates overpowered. Lower level guildmates are already overpowered. If you bring a, like, under level 100 into a guild even remotely like this that's reaching legendary tasks, they're going to be overpowered. Not necessarily because of the legendary tasks, but because they're getting all of these bonuses, plus they just completed 12 of each of those tasks, which gives a lot of resources, particularly for early on in the game. And they'd be, like, set for... Just 1 week of that would set them for, like, months. And they'd be so far ahead. of every other person ahead of them. It would be quite amazing. That has happened sometimes in the past. Some of the people who have been on the leaderboard as well have done that. There's been like level 50s that will just like go. They'll just keep going until they'll basically just go into a very high level guild. Someone will like put a very low level, like make a new account, put it into a very, very large guild, and then keep waiting until they have a perfect team at like level 30 or something, and then they'll run them through PvP. And since PvP is a lot easier earlier on in the game, and the point systems even gives you more points, you can just rush up like crazy with a very low level account. Like for example, this level 164, I don't know for sure if he's doing something specifically like that, but oh no, he's not doing something like that. He got Dragon Soul. That is why he's winning so much. That's the other thing that happens too. Once you get Dragon Soul early on in the game, you've literally just completed the game. As far as win rates, your win rate, any person's win rate will go from whatever it is to upwards of 90% once they get a Dragon Soul, at least earlier on in the game, because it's just pretty much an instant win how powerful it is earlier on. It falls off a bit later, but it's still always useful because of the soul gain and the fact that it mana generates. Also, I didn't even realize this. This is Matchmatchers. This is the guild I was in for the longest amount of time prior to actually making my own guild. So I think I was in them for about a year, somewhere around a year. So Maho is the one we're up against. Ooh, that is a very annoying team. Luckily we have Famine. This would actually be really bad if we didn't have Famine for this particular battle. I would actually have to replace Alcorgoltha for Cockatrice. I almost feel like doing that now, but I'm a little scared I'll give it to Ragnagord. But yeah, that is a bit dangerous. Double Humility into Draculus. That can two-shot us. That can two-shot. Luckily, we should be able to defeat him before that happens. Hello, Stuo. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, just the resources alone you'd be good. Not even counting the bonus or anything else. There's just so many resources. Okay, okay. What do I need to do here? Take the brown over. Red? Yellow? All the colors of the rainbow. We're gonna move that. I'm scared of his Ragnagord right about now. He might get a Draculus off that I can't do anything about. Gonna have to let it happen though. Come on, Famine, we need you. How do we go about this? Purple and the yellow? Purple and the... Oh wait, never mind, that wouldn't actually happen. I said purple, that should have been purple and the green. Though actually there is a chance. You know what, I am gonna do this. Because there's a chance there'll be a yellow there, 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 and there. There are 5 locations that will net us an extra turn off, or not an extra turn, but will net us mana off a yellow. If we miss this, that is insane. Because there, and there can all drop a yellow gem that we'll need. There's no way we're gonna miss that. Wow, we just missed it. 6 chances for a yellow, and we don't get a single one, because no yellow actually dropped. Fail. Oh, that was awful. But luckily we got full mana before he got to cast. Actually, right before he got to cast, so we're safe. All I have to do now is just famine him into High Forge, and boom, we won. But he has no other kill option. The only thing that happens now is him lowering our score because we haven't killed him quick enough. What to do? Actually, him getting mana could be a little dangerous. The only reason why is because he's going to delay the battle by gaining stats. There's a 50% chance he'll gain either HP or armor. So gotta watch out. Do I just try getting Famine? I think I just go for Famine. No, we got Famine. Not really gonna solve much at the moment though. We'll just go and poke into a oops, I shouldn't have left that there. Fail. Poke that into a Famine, and then now we won. Actually, once we killed the Draculus, there wasn't any chance that we'd even lose. But now we've definitely won. Just a matter of time at this point. And then we just can get the Famine up into the... Actually, let's destroy this again. There we go. Get that mana generation in. Hey, stop double poking. He double dipped. Do I take the skull? I think I do, just so he does less damage to us, even though it'd be an irrelevant amount of damage. It would still be damage. I'm really curious. I wonder if overshotting a troop counts as damage. I've never actually tested that. What's the highest amount of damage we can do with a cast right now? It's actually Corvash, surprisingly. But I'm really curious If... Oh, no, never mind. It doesn't. It's impossible to overhit a troop because it hits to whatever their max current durability is. Never mind. So that actually would have been better to do physical damage attack then, because we would have gotten more damage down. Oh, I never thought about it like that. True damage actually scores you less points in Guild Wars. Also, yeah, that's basically our average now, right around that 7,000 mark. So, yeah, even though I didn't really look over all the scores today, only looked over the one. That is pretty much how I'm going to be scoring on most of the days. It'll probably drop down a little bit more to 7,000 once I go back to bracket 1 due to the harder battles. But in this lower bracket, that's basically what we're going to get every time. Come on, other people in the guild. Got to push up to that number 1. Hopefully they'll get on later. Let's see. Emperor Corvash helps on that opponent too, Brown. Yeah, if you didn't get an Emperor Corvash yet, you need at least one. I highly, highly, highly advise. If you have the event keys but don't have a Corvash, definitely try getting a Corvash this week. He is in the event key drop pool. He is a very, very essential Brown and Blue Day Guild War troop. He's probably the biggest resource that you would ever need on a Brown and Blue Guild War day. Both days are vital to have a Corvash, and you can get them off of event keys this week. There's only a chance. I believe there's about a 3% chance per key, but it is definitely worth investing into. You can win pretty much every Brown and Blue Guild War day once you have it. Maybe not guaranteed, but because you do kind of need some other supportive troops. But he is really, really good on both Brown and Blue days. I use him every single time on both of the 2 days. I don't even think there's been a single time I have not used a Corvash on a Brown or Blue day. He's just that important for both of them. Due to the fact he has a full mana drain to 2 troops, true damage to 2 troops, a stun to 2 troops, and if you happen to have him fully traded, he can stun literally the entire enemy team, which basically makes traits irrelevant. So definitely something to try to get if you don't already have. Can't believe last week you opened over 100 event keys with no Gorgolfa. Ouch, that is really unlucky. It does happen sometimes though. Did you end up getting the other legend or just no Gorgolfa? Because there were 2 legends within the drop pool. There was the High Forge and the other guy. This week there's only Corvash. If you get a legend from the event key drop pool this week, the only legend that can possibly drop is Corvash, because he's the only legend in the current kingdom for the event week. What are the guild requirements? Wait, what are the requirements to be part of my guild again? Oh, my guild requirements are 500,000 gold, 300 trophies, 1.5k seals, 30 Guild War battles every single week and do decent in them. And we're generally in bracket number 1. This week we are in bracket number 2 for the first time, but generally it'll be bracket 1, which will be the hardest teams with pretty much max stats. And the other one is maxing out Guild War statues. This might sound like a lot, but generally where we end up placing will pay for it. This week I lowered it to only needing to do 4 instead of 5, because in bracket number 2, it is not worth ever maxing out your statues. Some people still do it because they just want to, but it is not worth it. In bracket 2, the highest you can go is 4. In bracket 5, in bracket 2, the highest you can go is 4, and in bracket 1, you generally try going all the way to 5. Some people may even still only do 4, just so they can net the extra gems as profit. I just make it mandatory to go max, though. I don't know if I'll ever revert that or not. The main reason I even had it in place was because I didn't want people just completely skipping on it or something like that. And it wouldn't be fair to all the people who do consistently put it in 5 instead of 4, which is why I just made it 5 across the line. Just to be fair to everyone. Oh, that's a lot of blue off that cascade. Also, I was just worrying for a moment that I might actually lose this battle, but then I forgot. This is PvP right now. For a second, I still thought we were in Guild Wars for some reason. Yeah, in PvP, it doesn't even matter if we lose or not. I have not a care in the world if we do. It has literally no effect on anything. Only Guild War battles matters if we win or not. Every other battle, it's just time efficient if we win, but it's not really that mandatory. But yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, anything else you want me to go over tonight, just let me know and we'll definitely go over it. Otherwise, I'll probably head off in about a battle or 2. Can't believe last week you opened and got 3 High Forges and 2 Celestial Trait Stones that week, but you got Corvash with 10 keys. Oh, nice. Well, it's, like I mentioned earlier, it is a lot easier when there's only 1 legend in the drop pool because there's nothing blocking you from being able to get it, which is kind of nice. Where do we go? Also, one thing I think they do, though I cannot confirm this for sure, I believe they weight the drop pools so that newer troops drop more often. I'm not 100% sure about that. Actually, I'm not sure about that at all, but it does seem like that sometimes. Though in my case, I ended up getting a lot of Gorgolfa, but barely any of the High Forge, so in my case, it was kind of the opposite of that. But, I don't know, some weeks it feels like that. It could just be biased from thinking like that, though. Because it goes sometimes in one way in some ways and sometimes in the other way. It's really hard to really judge what the drop pools even are. And they never disclose it because they don't want people like complaining to them. Like if they open like X amount. Like if they say there is a 1% chance that you will get X and then you end up opening 100. They don't want people contacting support. It's like, hey, I didn't get a troop. Where's my troop? So that's why, that's their reasoning, or what their reason was, or the last reason I heard as to why they do not disclose the % chances of actual drops within the game. Well, unfortunate. We have gotten data on it in the past. We used to do that a lot when the game was first starting, before we really trusted the devs. At this point, we trust them enough that we don't really bother accumulating data anymore. But we used to do that like every month almost, like way back in the day. Like anytime we did a huge amount of key opening for whatever kind of event was coming out, like whenever there's a new kingdom or anything, we'd always compare your drop pools, make it like a little list. Someone would compile all the data. It was kind of nice. That doesn't happen anymore though. Where to go? What do we need? Extra turn right there would be good. So we do not have it available. Wisp. I'd agree that because the KrissTigger week, you opened a decent amount and got 2 KrissTiggers and Wisps fully mythic. Oh, that is one thing I can confirm for sure. Whatever the current event troop is, always drops as almost 50% of the drops. I don't know why they have it like that, given that you can just buy it with glory. But yeah, anywhere from about 30 to 50% of all the drops you will get will be whatever card it shows. That I do know. It was mainly the other drops I was referring to that are different. But I'll go show. It actually shows you which one will be dropped like excessively more than every other one. I'll show it in a second. It's hard to really explain where it is. I believe it's like somewhere in like the middle-ish area. I'll show you exactly where it is in a second. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, well, first I need to get to the menu. That would help. Just go all the way out of these. Get our rewards. Get all of the event gems we don't need. And keys. Okay. So if we go over to keys and we go over to event keys, whatever it says right here is, if it's an ultra rare, it's upwards of 40% of the drop pool, pretty much. Anywhere from like 30 to 50%. If it's a base ultra rare, it'll be around 30 to 50% of the drops that you get from event keys. If it is a base epic, it will be around, I want to say 25%. I actually don't know for sure. 20, 25%. Regardless, it'll be the most amount of epics you'll get. You'll notice you're getting like 3, 4, maybe even 5 times as however many of the epic that is showing here compared to the other. And those are only 2 that will ever be here, are ultra rares and epics. There's never a legend here, unfortunately. That would be really nice if it was. But if there was a legend here, it would drop way more than what it normally would. But yeah, Falconer is like 30 to 50% of the drop if we open a bunch of event keys. I don't want to show that now because I would waste all my event keys. But if I open like 10 event keys, like 3, 4, maybe even 5, if we get unlucky, maybe even like 6 would end up being a Falconer. Actually, let me do that just to show it. Oh no. Do we waste the event keys? Well, yeah, let's waste the event keys just to prove the point. No, don't prove me wrong. Why are you proving me wrong? Corvash within 10! I'll take it. I don't actually need another copy of it, though. Oh no, it proved me wrong. I got literally 0. Well, it's doing a bunch of mana cores. I don't know why it did that, but, okay. Well, it just proved me wrong. But, Emperor Corvash within 10. That is way above average. Don't expect it getting 10. It'll take you probably upwards of 50. But, that was really lucky. Too bad I don't actually need another Corvash. Casual Corvash gains. How many Corvashes do I even have now? I probably have like upwards of 30 Corvashes. Yep, 33 Corvashes now. Anyone need some? I wish I could give them away. But yeah, that proved me wrong. But generally that is the case. I'm actually slightly surprised. I guess it's doing it for Mana Core instead of the Falconer this week, I guess. More or less the same pulls you got. Well, really nice then. Yeah, that would be a really lucky 10 if that's what you got as your 10. That wasn't actually that bad at all. We even got a mirror or two in there, which was pretty good. I don't need any more mirrors, but she is a pretty decent troop. She's the hardest blue counter in the game, specifically for blue. And of course, the main reason why this is good is for the Justice team to be able to combat against Corvash, Valkyrie, Justice, Queen Mab. She's one of the best counters for it. Or actually, there's a few ways that you can counter it. But our mirror is, particularly with 10% bonus, a little bit better for it as well on this week. But yeah, mirror is one of the few troops that can easily counter out that team. You're PvPing against you right now. Nice, Strawn. We'll see what happens out of that. Hope you win. We'll find out in a moment. Let's just do this battle and then end it there and see what Strawn's results are. Will he win? Probably. AI tends to be pretty bad. I am using the best defend team in the game, though. So we'll see what happens. Though even as the best defend team in the game, it still only gets about 40% win rate. Like 30 to 40-ish. Somewhere around the general ballpark. Where to go? Where to go? We'll just take the purple. What to do? Take another purple. Let him take the yellows. He's just going to deny them anyways. Ooh, that's Scion. It hurts. Wow, that was a lot of mana. I'll take it. KrissTigger even. Very nice. Get rid of purple. He'll just take a red for whatever reason. What else? What else? Move that over. KrissTigger and go from there. Double KrissTigger actually. Goal distracted. Oh, it's still a return too. Wow, we already actually won already. There we go. Because you haven't said it in a while, just wanted to say thank you for all your work and videos. Oh, no problem, Head is Stickin'. Much appreciated. You've totally made the game at least 4 times as fun for you. Well, glad I could help. Yeah, I've made indirectly people stay in the game. There's actually some people that even quit the game that still watch the videos sometimes because they find it entertaining. But I really appreciate it. Really, really do. And there we go. We ended up getting another level. I was just mentioning that on the stream earlier too. We were going to get 2 levels in one day. And we did end up getting 2 levels in one day. I think I gain around 6 to 8 levels a week, I believe it is. It's really, really slow. It's basically 1 level per day on average is how many levels I gain per week. It goes very, very slow later in the game. If I was under level 1000, I think it would be around like 50 levels a week or something. Oh, you barely won. Nice, Strawn. Oh, there's my defend right there. Yep, you lost 3 troops. And we got a gem too. That means it did a 7 times cascade or higher. Yeah, for any of you that don't know, whenever you get a gem from your defend battle, that means you did a 7 times cascade or higher. You get a free map whenever you do this within a battle. The reason why the defends give a gem is it's actually a leftover mechanic from the old cascade system. Prior to treasure maps ever existing, which I think they came in patch 1.05. They came in like the first 6 months when the game launched pretty much. But prior to before treasure maps were even a thing, what used to happen when you got a 7 times cascade is you would get 1 gem. Now instead it gives 1 treasure map. But if you do it on your defend battle, it still gives you 1 gem. I don't know why this is. I guess they didn't bother reprogramming the game to give you a map. But yeah, whenever your defend team wins or gets a 7 times cascade, anytime it does it, it will give you 1 gem. And it is possible to get multiple gems within like a few battles. And it generally, for me, I think it gives about 5 to 20 gems a week. It can vary pretty heavily based on luck. Sorry you've been repeating yourself, but connection is horrible tonight. Yeah, I haven't noticed it yet in this game, but at least tonight anyways. So far, everything we've been doing has been going pretty smoothly. What is my defend team? Oh, my defend team is the most overused defend team in the game. I feel horrible for using it, but it wins. It normally wins. It comes close or does win. It's Scion, Ragnagord, Famine, Death. I keep calling it the strongest team in the game. Not quite sure for sure if it is, but it's definitely used by a lot of endgame players. Pretty much anyone who has this combination fully traded uses it as their defend team. There isn't anything I'm aware of that is really stronger than this. The Scion, Ragnagord, Famine, Death with brown-red banner for Ragnagord super quick. The AI works with it really well, and it's just really devastating. A lot of mana drain, has instant kill, and pokes your enemy every single turn with 2 true damage loss, a 2 HP loss, plus a 3 random stat loss every turn. Wait, did I say thank you to Strawn? I don't know. What did I just say? I think I said thank you to Headless. Oh no. Oh no. I'm out of it. But anyways, I think I will be ending out the stream now. Everyone, thank you all so much for joining us for the Guild Wars again. We, of course, do this absolutely every single night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We kind of just chill, do the Guild Wars, answer any questions at the end, and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, tomorrow we'll be back, same time, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the stream again, like we do every morning. I posted the other one recently before the stream started, if any of you want to catch up on any of that for whatever reason. But we'll be doing that again tomorrow, and that's, if you don't know what that is in your time zone, that is 13 hours from now. We will be streaming again for about 6 hours or so. So we'll be doing that, messing around with stuff, seeing what we can do, answering all that questions, and, you know, just the usual. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye, and have a wonderful weekend.